up? Good morning, everybody. It's Rob with another video, and today we're gonna be learning kickflip frontside board slides. So this trick, I mean, it's a classic trick. Like, this is a classic trick. If you guys are gonna like get obsessed with skating and specifically rail skating, like it's a must-have. Like, you have to have this trick. So the first thing that I want to say before trying this trick is like, this trick, in my opinion, is extremely easy but extremely scary, and it is gonna put you into some compromising positions. So like, we're at that stage, boys. You're gonna get laid out, and just get ready for it, okay? But once you kind of gain your confidence and figure it out, this trick's super easy. You'll be able to get it consistently. So let's get into it. All right, so obviously you're gonna have to have front boards and kickflips really well. This trick is a lot simpler than you think. So if you have a solid kickflip and a solid front board, it's gonna make your life a lot easier. All right, so the first thing that you got to keep in mind with this trick is you cannot overdo it, okay? Because what a lot of people tend to think when they're starting to flip into rails is like, oh, it's a rail or it's a ledge, I need to pop real hard. No, okay? Whenever you're skating ledges and rails, a rule of thumb is you actually want to relax a little bit. And if you want to, you can put your foot a little bit like less on the board, because it's more about precision and how quick you flip your board as opposed to just popping it really hard, okay? So you need to relax and you need to just focus on forming a nice kickflip, okay? But don't go too much in the other direction. I see some people that just like lazily flop a kickflip and you're gonna get laid out. So make sure you're still popping it, make sure you're flipping it, but just try to be a little quicker and precise and just be relaxed, okay? Be nice and relaxed. All right, so I think the first mistake that I see with this is the direction of how you flick your foot, okay? So when you line up for this trick, this is parallel. You wanna come at a slight angle. Not that much, but you wanna come at a little bit of an angle. The reason you wanna do this is because it helps aim your kickflip, okay? Think about it. What you're naturally gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna kickflip towards the rail, like kickflip in the direction of the rail, and this is gonna get the board crisscrossed, like all up in between your legs. So the key to this trick, the number one thing, is when you do your kickflip, you wanna flip straight like a kickflip. You can flick slightly in the direction of the rail, ever so slightly. And then your little angle that's gonna take you into the rail is going to help with flipping the board in that direction. So you naturally are gonna wanna pop and flick your foot towards the rail and kind of do half of a backside flip. You don't wanna do that, okay? You wanna find a slight angle, and when you do your kickflip, a normal kickflip will go straight. This one will go maybe 5 degrees towards the rail. But for the most part, you just wanna form a nice kickflip, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna be above the rail, you're gonna catch it, and then you turn into the rail, okay? And like when I show these slow-mo clips, it's gonna look like I'm kind of backside flipping into it, but you gotta understand, you're slightly turning the board with your kickflip, and the angle is slightly sending you in that direction. And when you have your shoulders going, you're just naturally gonna catch it above the rail at a 45-degree angle and then place it in, okay? You do not wanna flip like a 90 flip into the rail. It's gonna just, you'll see. All right, so as far as foot positioning with this trick, like I essentially set up just like a kickflip, but the only difference is my flick foot, I might put it a little bit more on the board like this, like a little bit smaller on the board. That's just so I get a quicker, more precise kickflip. It just helps you get into the board slide. All right, so after we figured out like our flick and everything like that, I would recommend finding a curb, okay? You wanna work this trick out on the curb, okay? Because if you just try it on the rail, you might slip out, you might eat shit, you might like hit your shins, whatever. It can happen. So the curb is your best friend, all right? Find a curb that's not waxed, because you don't want to land and then slip. Find a curb, find your angle, practice getting the flick, and just work it out until you are so confident on that curb that you're ready to go find a little flat bar at your skate park and handle business. Okay, so I would recommend finding just a normal size flat bar, just whatever you're comfortable with, and just go for it, okay? This trick is scary. Like, you're flipping your board and it's leaving your feet and you're going backside, so you're looking over your shoulder. So like, there's no way to get around it. You're just gonna have to like nut up and go for it. And as always, whenever you're trying rails or anything for the first time, just tap the rail. You don't need to be a hero and try to like hit the whole rail as a beginner. Just hit the end of the rail, because if you land and slip or whatever, you're not gonna fall back onto the rail, okay? That's how you get really jacked up. So just tap the rail. And if you flip the board and you connect with the rail and then you throw the board out, that's fine. That's helping you get the confidence of flipping onto the rail and just building that confidence. And just work on it and you'll start to have more confidence. So after we've gotten comfortable with our little curve, maybe you start trying it on the rail and you're having some issues with this trick, okay? So if you don't know how to front board properly, like just go home, go figure that out first. But whenever you do a front board, you wanna have your weight centered, okay? You actually wanna have a little bit of weight on your back foot, a little bit more weight, okay? And you kinda wanna be slightly on the inside of the rail. Once you flick and you get onto that rail, you wanna spread your arms out like this. And what you wanna do is you wanna look down and forward to where you're sliding. Now the key with front boards is your lower body and your board is perpendicular on the rail, but your shoulders wanna be parallel with the rail. So if you look at these clips, my shoulders are parallel with the rail, and that is gonna allow you to have full control on the front board, okay? So as we're sliding here, all you wanna do is do a motion. It's a twisting motion. I've talked about this before, with your arms and your lower body. So you're on the rail like this. Now you wanna take your lower body that's perpendicular on the rail and you wanna twist it parallel at the end of the rail. So as the end of the rail is coming up, we wanna twist our lower body and then our shoulders go perpendicular, okay? So it's a twisting motion. So you're on the rail like this, the end of the rail is coming. Right when you slip off the edge of the rail, you twist your lower body straight, parallel, and then the shoulders go perpendicular to the rail. And that is how you're just gonna get into the front board and then twist off. Okay, so that's it for this trick tip. Like I say, this trick is like gonna be one of the first flip-in tricks where you really see what you're made of, because this trick is terrifying. Like, it's scary. Your board is leaving your feet onto a rail and you're going backside. So don't get frustrated, okay? I think the biggest problem with this trick is having the confidence, because a lot of times in your mind, you'll know what you're doing, right? You're like, I know what I'm doing, I practice on the curb, but then you get those stiff legs and the nerves start going, you're going towards the rail, you try to tell your body what to do, your legs get stiff and your body just doesn't do what it wants to do because it's afraid. So this is gonna be a big obstacle with confidence, but you just gotta work on your confidence and then it's gonna become easy and then it's on to the next trick and on to the next trick. So that's just skateboarding and that's why I love it. You're always challenging yourself every single day. You know, you're being comfortable with your body, you're feeling your body, you're breaking barriers, and that's just why I love it. And I hope that you guys get this trick. Subscribe, comment.